Hello, hello. Hey, everybody. Happy Thursday. So, we are back on schedule now. I'm back. We had a good trip. You know, it was for a sad occasion, but we got to catch up with lots of family that we haven't seen in a while. So, that was nice. Service was nice. We got everywhere we needed to be. So, hope you all had a good week. And had a chance to be creative. I'm still looking forward to making some more cactus, so don't forget. We made this one, our little barrel cactus, a couple weeks ago, and we've got our, we will have our class for our saguaro and our prickly pear. I think I'm just going to pick a date for one of them. Any votes for which one we do first, and then I'm still going to try to work with Kay over at Stars Beads to set up the make along for the other one. So if you guys have votes for which one you'd like to do first, maybe we can do one this Sunday. So hey Lorraine, hey Janelda, well, welcome. Thanks for welcoming me home again. I hope to stay for a while. My cat, you know, she's not happy with us. So she says, I just got used to you being back, and then you guys left me again. And we had intended to have somebody stay with her, but they ended up not being able to stay with her, and so they did feed her. But anyways, she's not particularly happy. She's very happy now because we're home, but she's still hollering at us to tell us that she was not happy for the last few days. So I'm sure those of you that have pets understand. You know, some people I know, they have cats that are very quiet and standoffish. Well, that's not mine. She's a sociable kitty. Gets lonely if there's no people around. She loves people. So anyways, she was not happy with us this weekend, but as far as I know, we're home for a while. So yay. All right, so it's week 38 already. Can you believe that? People were also reminding us that it's 3 months till Christmas Eve. Did you think about that? Are you ready? I'm not ready. I'm not even ready to start thinking about it, because you know what I am ready to think about is Halloween and all that. I enjoyed your Day of the Dead earrings, Janelda. I think I might have bought some of those Raku skulls, but I have to look. I haven't pulled my Halloween stash out yet, so yeah, I'll let you know about everything. Yeah, that's the kind of cat I have too. Matter of fact, she may come tell me it's lunchtime because, you know, she tries to keep us on a schedule, but we'll see. So anyways, where was I? Oh, so today I'm gonna make some earrings. I had to make my starfishy margarita inspired earrings, so I'll show you how I decided to go with that theme. We'll see how that works, and quite honestly, I got a bunch of beads out. I haven't really thought about my design, so we're gonna be designing a bit on the fly here. I mean, I have some thoughts based on what I got out, but we'll see how it goes. So let me go ahead and flip us over and see if we can zoom in a bit. Why am I? Fortunately, when I look at what it's broadcasting, it's better than what I'm seeing in the screen. All right, so I originally wanted to use, I have some check glass limes, and I really wanted to use those, but I have decided not to use those today because, you know, they're my margarita things. Amazing how cats can tell time, but yeah, mine reminds me when it's time to go to bed and when it's time to well, she wakes me up regardless whether it's time to get up or not. Anyways, so just a reminder what we drew today. So, oh, no worries. We're gonna make a pair of earrings. And like I said, we have to use neon colors. So you'll see I've got some neon green, some orange, and some yellow here. We had to use fish or starfish, so I've got some orange and yellow metal. They're painted starfish. Sorry, like hairs all over here. And we have to use at least 5 different type of beads. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I've got some spacer beads. So we'll use some combination of that. And then I needed my margarita inspiration. And like I said not to use my lines because I just, you know, I probably could have made them go with the starfish, but what I decided was, you know, sometimes when you eat out, I don't, you know, granted, I go to a lot of Mexican restaurants because I love Mexican food, so you see a variety of margaritas, and I think a lot of times margaritas are almost neon colored. So what I decided to do was, you know, most margaritas, I mean, you can get fruit flavored ones, but your basic margarita is kind of citrus based. So that's why I chose, you know, orange, yellow, and green as being my citrus flavors. So that's my margarita inspiration led me to choose the green, orange, and yellow. Okay, so that's how we're working that in. So let me get a lot of different kinds of spacer beads in this bag, but let me just get some of these little ones. I think that's all I guess I could pull out a couple others just in case it inspires me, because like I said, I don't have a design picked out. But so earrings, I need at least 2, right? Not gonna use the buffalo. Alright, let's see what we can come up with here. Alright, like I said, I had yellow and orange, and that's my starfish colors, and then a couple different sizes of green. So I was actually thinking I would use this green to make, you know, put bead on my ear wires, but I also happen to have some daggers in fluorescent. There's a bead store in Santa Fe, and they actually sell a lot of fluorescent beads. It's very popular in the Native American dance costumes because, you know, you couldn't just get such bright and vivid colors. I haven't found a good source other than, you know, when I was there. So well, let's get a few more things. So I was thinking, you know, with the daggers, you know, there's kind of adds a, you either have to have them, you know, you can do sort of dragonfly wings, or you know, stacking them, sticking them out, or you can like put them on a loop or something. So I think we're gonna go with, I think I'd go with the loop today. But I hadn't totally figured it out though. So, all right, we're gonna play here a little and see what we come up with. All right, so like I said, I think I'll use these ones in my ear wires. Make my own ear wires, okay? And then got way more silver beads here than I need. I've got some orange, I've got some yellow. We've got these daggers. And we've got our starfish. So I don't know. Let's try something here. So I'm thinking green. I'm just going to put a few beads on here. Don't necessarily have to stick with it. We'll just see how this looks. I'm going to put 3 daggers on here. Let's see what. Oh, yeah. So we can create this little hanging piece. What do you guys think of that? You like that? And then what if we you know, like maybe make it so the starfish is on top of there? Kind of cute to one side. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to cut this and play with it because otherwise I have to take everything off. Okay. So what I was thinking is maybe just making that a dangle from my below the starfish. It's kind of cute, huh? So we could do it that way, or we can always cross it, make it more of a circle. Did you like it? Sorry, Lorraine, with the delay. I can't tell. Did you like it with both wires through the starfish and a dangle, or so if I do it this way, I can put some beads up above. Oh, I still need to, oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm right at 5. Different kinds of beads, right? I think it maybe goes better with, it'll be easier to make the dangle, I think, if I do it this way. Maybe I can add I don't know if I can fit. I was going to try to fit 2 pieces of wire through here and put like a bead at the top, but it looks like these have pretty small holes in them. So, all right, we won't do that then. There. try one more thing. This, not sure it sits. All right, what do you think? With or without that silver bead? And is the orange orange or yellow on the starfish? Without the bead? Okay. Okay. We'll take the bead out. Do you guys like the orange or the yellow starfish better with this combination? I'll put the orange one on so you can see. Oh no, it's a tie. Hey, Marionica, you could break the tie. Should we use the orange or the yellow starfish? Nobody wants to break the tie. What do you think, Marionica? Orange or yellow? We got a tie going here. Orange? Okay. Let's do for orange. All right. So now I just want to, I am going to put a crimp on here. Spill crimps all over my workshop, my workspace here. All right. Let's put our crimp over both of these wires. For some reason my crimp bead is not, these must be my my messed up crimp beads. That I bought on the outlet, so sometimes they're a little so let me yeah, I do need a bunch of these. All right, sorry guys. What is going on here? All right, I do have some other crimps here because I need them that are working working correctly. Can't get my wire through there. There we go. I have to be careful when I use those other ones. So, all right, so I'm going to pull this tight, and then I'm going to take one of these, and I'm going to make a loop at the end back through there. Which I'm going to grab with my, you think an orange is better? I think it's just because of the way, the order I put the beads in. I think if I had put the yellow first, the yellow would have been probably the one of choice, huh? All right, let's see if I can get that sitting on there. So see, I've made a loop. So I have 3 pieces of wire going through my my crimp at the moment. But all right, so we're gonna use our magic crimper. We put it in the divot. Actually, I'm gonna try to get this so it goes in the same direction as, so when I hang it off my ear wire, it's going in the right direction. Should be good. All right. Put it in the divot, squeeze, ravioli, sideways, squeeze. All right. Now we have our little bead there, so let's trim. So I'm trimming these ends as close to that bead as I can. So, all right. There we go. All right, let's see if we can make the other one real quick. Let me get these messed up crimps off my workspace a minute. And let's string up our second earring. So I guess I can do that one. I guess, you know, I could switch the color order on this one if I wanted to use the yellow, but we'll make them matching. All right, so there's our bottom part again. Cut our wire, try not to cut it too short. And we will string our starfish on. All right. And we've got our crimp bead, and now let's make our loop. Yeah. Yeah, I actually think it will go with my top. I wear a lot of coral, coral and orange, huh? In the summertime. Let me see if I can get this about the same size as the other one. Looks like it's about the same. So, good news is it just has to be close, right? All right, our ravioli. Since I have 3 wires and they're kind of sticking out different directions, these do kind of slip, so you do have to hold it so you can get a nice round bead here. Let's see if I can. That one short, or at least I should be able to tuck it into the top of the starfish. I think I got that one very. All right. Kind of interesting. I didn't, there we go. I don't know why that end didn't want to tuck in there. All right, we've got our earrings. All right, let's just make some quick ear wires here. I'm going to use these green beads, and I'm going to use 20 gauge because it's what I like to use for ear wires. Ruler. So remember, for beaded, these are kind of small beads. I like to use about 2 1/4. Probably use a little. I'm going to do a little less just because it's like I said, small beads. I use 2 1/4 when I'm using like 6mm beads. All right, and we're going to use our 6-sided looper. I am going to use the smallest one to make a ring or a loop on the bottom. So that's the loop that the earrings are going to hook to. And I'm going to put my bead on there. I bend my loop so it's more of an eye pin. Right. And then I want to bend that wire right next to the bead in the opposite direction of where that loop opens, right? And then I like big I like to use the biggest size for my ear loops, but you can use the next smaller one too, works fine. And I'm just going to wrap that around, putting it as close to where the bead is and that bend as I can. And we've got our ear wire. And like I said, I like to, just put a little bend in that. I think it goes on your ear better. All right, so let's make the other one. Make the small loop. And then we want to bend it so it's an eye pin, right? Put our bead on there, and then, so the opening is on this side, so I'm bending away from that. As close to the bead as I can, because I don't want the bead to move around. Because sometimes when you're not wearing the earrings and you have them laying down, the beads can come off. It's the only bad thing about doing beaded ear wires, right? So, and we're gonna bend it around here. And I'm gonna go back and harden these with my hammer after we get off. And then I'm going to put a little bend in there. Hopefully there. I do seem a little different in. I just did the bends in a different spot. It's okay. There. All right, now we just have to assemble these. So remember, I'm going to twist it. Good thing is there's no front or back to these earrings. They look the same. And then I'm going to twist it back and get it as tight as I can, because otherwise your beading wire is going to slide off. Okay. Nothing more annoying than, finding out later that all you have is the ear wire left on your ear, right? You ever have that happen? So. All right, there we go. We got some nice, bright earrings here. Let's double check. Oops, I'm sending. All right, let's make sure we met all our requirements. So remember, my citrus colors represent the margarita. Need at least 5 different types of beads. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we hit that. We used starfish instead of our, and we used neon. We made our pair of earrings. Alrighty. What you think? I'm gonna try those on. And then we'll flip the camera. All right. Let's go ahead and get the camera flipped over. And there we go. So I'm ready to go have a margarita at the beach. What do you guys think? Although I'm not near a beach, so I guess I won't be doing that right now, but now I have something to wear next time I go, right? Do you guys I know you guys are, at least my generation, right? Do you remember when there was always lots of neon at the beach? People were wearing neon shirts. Now, granted, this was probably in the 80s, 90s, but I was talking to a lady, I was buying some stuff from her who was closing her store down in Florida, which apparently she finally just finished selling everything else out. But she said she wasn't into neon, even though she was right there at the beach. So I was a little surprised, but like I said, but I found neon in Santa Fe. So. I don't know how readily available it is these days for anything other than seed beads, though. So, anyways, all right. Thanks for joining me. Like I said, maybe I don't want to keep putting off the our make-alongs. I will try to touch base with Kay to get that one set up, but I think I want to make this guy next, and so we could do it you can meet me at the beach for a drink. Okay, that sounds good, Janelda. Why my stuff isn't anyways, I don't want to keep putting this off, so perhaps this Sunday we will go ahead and make our Swaro, if you guys are up for that. Is that a good date for most of you guys? If not, I mean, I can move it, but you know, you won't be the only ones. But like I said, I thought we would make this. I want to get him out there so you guys can start having more of your cactus garden. So hopefully everybody's had a chance to finish their barrel cactuses. So I'm going to plan on that on Sunday. If I get a hold of Kay and she wants to play along, I was thinking I'd do this one with Kay because it has all the purpley stuff, but we'll see. But I will plan on doing one of our make-alongs this Sunday. I don't think there's any reason why that won't work out. Okay, so I will put out an announcement saying which one, so that the other folks with kits can join in. Also, just to keep in mind, my local thing that I was working fell through. Still not really sure what happened, but so I will be making I will be pricing the kits to make these sun catchers or ornaments, whatever you want them to be. So those will be coming. I hadn't done directions for them, but I will see what I can do if people are interested in those. So. All right, well, let's plan on doing one of our make-alongs on Sunday. Hopefully you can all join me and the other people with kits can join in as well. Like I said, I'll post that. I think we'll go ahead and make the Swaro. You know, worst case, if I get together with Kay, we'll make a second Swaro and, but I don't know. It's, the Swaro actually, the standing design takes a bit more than the hanging design to because it really has to be stable and you have to put it on there. But anyways, I will let you guys know. So let's plan on Sunday, our normal time. We are going to do one of the make-alongs and we'll do our drawing for week 39, and then we'll see when we can fit the other one in. Obviously, it's going to be October. I also realized I didn't do a drawing for August. I didn't put out my summary reel either, which I am going to do today, I think. So maybe we'll combine September and August as far as for the drawing for, you know, our monthly giveaway. I apologize for that, but you know, I haven't been here, so it's been a little hectic. So, All right. Thanks again for joining me. As always, if you guys have any questions, please reach out to me at Desert Cat Creations, or you can find Paula Montgomery directly. I know most of you are running in the same circles. I am on Facebook. If you haven't already, please like and follow us on. Please like and follow Desert Cat Creations on Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe to us on YouTube. We are so close to having enough subscribers on YouTube that we can broadcast simultaneously. I'm very excited about that. That was my goal for the year. I've still got 3 months. So we'll get some more videos out there. And again, if you want to go back and watch any of the other videos after 30 days, Facebook does not keep them, but I'm moving them all to YouTube, so they are available on YouTube on the Desert Cat Creations channel. And I am a little behind on putting this month's project into the album in our Bead Stash Challengers group, but if there's something particular you want to look for, if you look in there, you can look and see what week it was, and then you should be able to find that easily in our videos over on YouTube. Just remember, from last year, not all of them are there. This year, all except for March are there. That's where it is. But like I said, I'm trying to make sure I keep up with them. But all right, thanks again as always. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see y'all on Sunday.